Welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today. Once again, guys, we got some transfer news to go through and a lot of things that we're going to be discussing today as Manchester United look set there to launch their second bid for Frenkie de Jong. We are going to be discussing the details of that and also the Bernardo Silva rumours, which have actually been fueled today by none other than Joan Laporta himself. We're going to be discussing his words on the Portuguese star, plus as well the rumoured bid of 50 million euros for Robert Lewandowski. We are going to be discussing whether Barça should be paying that much money. Is he worth it? And that right there is a massive question that needs a lot of explaining. So please, stick around for all of that to come. And let's do it. But I do just want to start in today's video by talking about Pedri, because I have had quite a few questions over the past few days about Pedri and exactly what his condition is right now, given of course the hamstring injury that he picked up in the final weeks of the season. He was ruled out for quite a long period with that problem, and we're all wondering exactly how is he getting on ahead now of the pre-season period. Well, great news on that front, because just this morning it was reported there by Sport that Pedri has fully recovered from his hamstring injury. He is fully fit and ready to begin pre-season training with the team in July, and I think that's fantastic news there. You can see that yesterday Pedri did post a video of himself training there and really getting ready for the new season, and I cannot wait to see him back out there on the pitch, given how much we miss him when he's not there. And he's another player this summer that you do feel would really benefit from that full pre-season period, and he is going to be right there for it. Also though, today guys, we have received official confirmation of another friendly match that's going to be coming in August, as Barça will be taking on Manchester City there live from the Camp Nou on the 24th of August. And this right here, it's a great game. I've got to say this, absolutely fantastic work to put this together, because it is going to be a charity match here to raise funds and awareness for ALS research there. It's going to be promoted by Juan Carlos Nzue, the former Barcelona player. Of course, we all recognise him as well. He was the assistant coach to Luis Enrique during his time as Barcelona coach, and we all know what Nzue has been going through. So brilliant there for the two clubs to come together to raise that money and awareness for that research. And it was quite interesting, because there was there a really nice press conference between Joan Laporta, Nzue and Pep Guardiola today in Barcelona this morning, all of them laughing and joking together. Really, really nice scenes to see. And it was interesting when Pep said that he's going to arrive at the Camp Nou for this game with a full squad of players, with a really competitive team. And then Joan Laporta over there, smiling and laughing away, he actually said, and with Bernardo Silva, inquiring there as to whether Pep would be bringing Bernardo, or would Bernardo already be here? Pep, though, said, I'll be bringing Bernardo and 10 others. He said today, I think that he will continue with us. But Pep did again admit that I've always said I don't want players that don't want to be here and with us at the club. But he said Bernardo is an important player and I think he'll stay. And it is being rumoured right now in the media that the price tag for Bernardo Silva, if he was to leave Man City this summer, it would be there between 80 to 100 million euros. That would be the price there of the deal to put together. So very, very similar sort of money that we're talking about for Frenkie de Jong. But the key part here, from Barca's point of view, would be that Bernardo Silva would come in and earn significantly less wages than Frenkie de Jong. And speaking indeed about Frenkie, because reports have been coming out now from the Dutch media have basically confirmed and said that de Jong has now given his approval to join Manchester United. If a deal can be done between the two clubs, it's said right now that United are only making these bids, only now approaching Barcelona, because they know that Frenkie would be open to joining them. It is being reported that the United would be willing to offer de Jong the same wage as he currently earns at Barca, so he'd earn the same money at Man United. And it is being widely reported that United are going to make that second offer to Barca after the first one was swiftly rejected, and that their second offer will be worth 70 million euros plus 10 million in add-ons, and that is expected to be submitted very, very soon. But just like their first bid, I hope that's rejected. And I really do, guys, because that there, again, it's not enough. It's not what we're asking for. It's not what we're looking for as a club. Barça have been very, very clear, and it's been very widely reported. We want a €100 million package. Whether that's their 85 million euros that are guaranteed, 15 million there in variables, we'll have to wait and see. But that second offer there from United, again, for me, it is simply not enough. But speaking about transfer offers, and indeed speaking about big money, I want to talk now about Robert Lewandowski. And this is definitely something that has caused a lot of debate within the fan base, and I can completely understand there's going to be two sides of this, absolutely there is. But let's go through it all, because it has been very widely reported now over the past 24 hours that Barça are going to make that second bid for Lewandowski, and that bid now is reportedly going to be €40 million plus 10 million in variables. So that there could reach a €50 million deal for Lewandowski. And remember that the first offer wasn't even acknowledged by Bayern of 32 plus 5 million in variables. So we've effectively there increased the offer by 12 million in total for this deal. Now, I think the first thing that I've got to make absolutely clear here, guys, is that obviously that's not 50 million guaranteed and paid all up front there for Lewandowski. That is 40 million plus 10 in variables. And right now, we don't know what those variables may entail. You'd hope that it would be something like winning the Champions League, winning maybe the Ballon d'Or, scoring X amount of goals, because then, if that was indeed the case and Lewandowski went on to reach those milestones, you'd say, well, he'd be worth the money anyway. If those are the kind of variables that are set and he reaches them, well, definitely, he would have been well worth the 10 million added onto that original fee. But we have to wait and see what those variables are. There are a lot of people right now, though, who are saying, well, look, Bayern got Mane for cheaper than this deal. Why are Barca paying more for Robert Lewandowski? Bayern there signing Mane for 32 million up front and 9 million in variables. So that deal could be worth 41 million, which would be 9 less there than what's being reported on Lewandowski. And I just want to say here, guys, they may seem on paper like similar deals, but you've got to take into consideration the stances of the clubs, the circumstances here of this whole deal. Because when you look at the way the Liverpool have acted when it comes to Mane, for me, they've actually been so respectful to him, because actually they wanted more money. They wanted actually over 50 million for Mane, but in the end, they agreed the deal with Bayern. Out of respect for Mane and appreciation of everything he'd done for them, they said, look, you've given us great service, we will help you out on this deal, and they got it done. Whereas when you look at Bayern and Robert Lewandowski, Bayern have absolutely no interest in doing Lewandowski any favours or doing Barca any favours. They are simply treating Lewandowski as just another player, as they have done now, which has sort of angered Lewandowski, and that is why they are demanding the maximum price. But I think it's more than that too, because you look at the way here that Liverpool signed Luis Diaz in January. They just brought in Darwin Núñez. I think there's a feeling within Liverpool that, okay, Mane, he is a loss. They are sad to see him go, but they can move on from that. They have the players in place here to move on without him. Whereas with Bayern, again, that is not the case, because they may be bringing in Mane here, but I think we can all see that's not a direct replacement for Robert Lewandowski. They don't have a direct replacement for Robert Lewandowski because there's not one out there. You can't replace him in your team. The goals that he scored, the contribution that he's made, it doesn't exist outside of him. And that's the problem. That is where the deal becomes for Barca more complicated and more expensive, because Bayern know they can't replace him. And that is ultimately why, guys, right now, Barca are in such sort of desperate situation in these negotiations. People are saying, well, just offer less money. Don't pay what they're asking for, just offer less. And, don't pay that much. But Bayern don't want to sell. So if you don't pay the kind of money that maybe will make them think, wow, that's a really good deal, they're just going to say, well, we'll keep him then. They know that Lewandowski, despite his desire to leave, he's under contract. He has to play one more year at this club, and they would be more than happy to have him in their team alongside Mane, both of them together, and actually see out the current season without him leaving. So that's the stage that we're at right now. It's basically a question of whether you pay the money that Bayern may be looking for that push them towards a sale, or it's not about offering less, it's not about getting him for less money, it's actually about then, if you don't want to pay that, you walk away. That is where we're at right now. And I know that Lewandowski is 33 years old. You know, a lot of people saying he's already 34, turning 35. He's 33. He does turn 34 at the end of August. And if this was any other 33-year-old, 34-year-old in the world, you know, aside from Lionel Messi, I would be saying it's too much money. Of course it is. It's too much money. But this is Robert Lewandowski. We have the opportunity here, and it's a unique opportunity, to sign one of the best players in the world of football. And also, don't forget, guys, this is Xavi's number one target. This is his priority for the summer. He's looked at his team and he's thought, okay, I need that player. I need Lewandowski at the heart of this system. The finisher there at the end of it all. And we've spoken about it in the previous Lewandowski video. We spoke about how good and important his signing would be. He's never injured. He is in unbelievable condition for his age. And I believe there's every chance he can continue at the level that he's at right now for several years still to come. And I just don't feel that Barça as a club, you know, as a team, are currently in the position to say, you know what? We're going to walk away. We don't need you, Lewandowski, right now. We don't need one of the best players in the world because we're so well covered already in that position. I just don't think that's true. You look at it last season, guys, where we missed out on the knockout stages of the Champions League. Now, that cost the club, reportedly, around 20 million euros. We're talking here about adding on a few extra variables, about adding on maybe 10 million more than where we'd like it to be with this deal. And we lost 20 million last season just because we couldn't get an extra goal or two in the Champions League group stage, which is Lewandowski's competition. And of course it's expensive. You know, I'm not hiding away from that fact today, guys. Don't think that I'm here right now thinking, okay, 40 million plus 10 for Lewandowski is an ideal deal, is a brilliant deal for the club. It is expensive, but welcome to modern football. What isn't expensive in today's game? Is Darwin Núñez worth 100 million right now? Is Tchouaméni worth 100 million? Is Mbappe worth €1 million a week? Of course they're not. That's just a fact right now, that there's so many players in the world of football who are not actually worth what clubs are paying. But if you want to compete at the top level, if you want to have the best players available to you in your squad, ultimately, you've got to pay the money. You have to get these deals over the line. And I just feel as though the club feel that this is a unique opportunity, something that doesn't come around very often at all, to bring in a player of Lewandowski's calibre, the desire he has to come. And I think the club feel as though if we want to win again, and if we want to win now and compete in this moment, this is a deal you've got to get done. This is a step that we need to take, even if it does cost us a little bit more than we would have been comfortable with. But like I said, guys, that there is undoubtedly a question that's going to cause a lot of debate. There is going to be two sides to this story, absolutely no doubt about that. There's going to be people that think, yes, bring in Robert Lewandowski, and there will be people who say, you know what, I'd rather not, I'd rather go out there and get somebody else. But if you are going to say that, guys, please do let me know what your alternative would be. Maybe for less money, maybe you'd have to go out and pay more money to sign somebody else to come in. And would they be as effective as Lewandowski is? That is something there to let me know in the comments down below. Thank you indeed, guys, for watching once again. Thank you, as always, for getting involved. And for sure, we will be talking more, and there will be plenty more news to come. I really do appreciate all of your continued support. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.